What is good, chat? How are we doing today? All right, what's going on? Listen, chat, listen. All right, almost right away, we got to talk about this because it's like clockwork, right? It's like the moment you talk about something, especially something that you see reality for what it is, right? And when you tell people, hey, listen, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. I mean, look at it. It's clearly falling, right? And a lot of these guys who choose to put blinders over their heads, okay, it seems as though now they finally decide to look up. And they don't like what they see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what in the hell is Duke talking about? First things first, before we get up into it, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button, all right, if you're just getting in here, and the bell notification as well, because I have a bunch of I told you so's to dish out today, okay? And I will not spare the rod. Yep, no, I will not, because a lot of you Tate boys out there, y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this, because if this, listen, I can't tell y'all a bigger wake-up call to reality than this bullshit that just happened right now to one of the biggest red pill content creators that have ever existed. And we talking about Andrew Tate. We talking about Andrew Tate. And no, this ain't the Matrix. Nah, it ain't the Matrix, bruh. It's from prosecutors and the judges, and they're ready for war. They finally came with them charges. Now, listen, when we were talking about this, it was all just speculation, right? It was just speculation, at least on the other side of things, okay? Because you got to understand, when we got two sides to the manosphere, at least our side has grown a little bit, all right? But we got two sides to this. The vast majority of the manosphere are a bunch of these piltards, okay? I don't know what else to call them. They're piltards, okay? They pop too many pills and their brain goes, all right? They don't know what to do themselves, all right? They've gotten so used to all of the echo chambers, all of the, the circle jerking bullshit that they've been allowed to get away with, so much so that they even believed in Andrew Tate's invincibility, all right? So when us on the other side of the coin, who are seeing reality for what it is and how actually viable or lack thereof the red pill message is in reality, all right, we're telling you, hey, you guys are saying that your Lord and Savior is innocent. Okay, I get it. I understand that, all right? But can we remove emotion out of it for just 1 second and just take a look at the what's being listed out right now, even before we had the evidence? Because technically we don't have the evidence, but we will soon, because they've officially been charged, all right? And even when we're trying to talk some sense into you guys, y'all will always have a goalpost just planted right here, all right? And every time we push you on these goalposts, you just move it, right? At first, it was, the chicks that came out and accused Andrew Tate. Yeah, no, there's no evidence of that. It's fake, okay? It's all fake news. The Tates are innocent. It's all fake, right? Then it moved from that to, oh, shit, now they're actually locked up. Now they're locked up for a minute. They haven't been able to let go. Oh, but they're still innocent because they've never been charged, okay? And they don't have, and because they haven't charged them, they haven't had evidence, right? I mean, they've held the Tates for 6 months, okay? Listen, they had them for 6 months. Obviously, the Romanian government doesn't have anything on them, okay? So listen, Andrew Tate's innocent. It is what it is, all right? Then Andrew Tate gets moved to house arrest, okay? And he gets moved to house arrest, so does the goalpost. Because now all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, listen, they've held me for 6 months and they haven't charged me with anything. They're not bringing charges. They are not bringing charges. The charges are not going to come. The 6 months is going to be over with. The Romanian government are going to be forced to drop it, right? And then, bam! Fast forward today, the charges came. Pause. They're officially here. What are you going to do now? Huh? What are you going to do now? The Romanian government came out today, literally hours ago, and said, yeah, Andrew Tate, we are officially charging you and your co-conspirators, including your brother Tristan, with human trafficking. Not even sex trafficking, human trafficking. And they kept the rape charge on. I thought the evidence they had against the rape charge was weak. Okay, that's what I thought, right? But when Andrew went and did the initial meeting and they told him they were dropping about 5 charges, I speculated that maybe one of the charges they might drop was the rape charge. It turns out, no, he's actually going to get prosecuted on that rape charge. So meaning they have evidence. Phone records, bank records, they got surveillance tapes, they got text messages. We were talking about that. There's no way, unless they're going to have some evidence. So they didn't even drop the rape charge. They kept that on. So you know what this means, right? If he's convicted, because now all that's left is the indictment part, okay? And this is the next goalpost a lot of the Tate tards are going to be moving over to, all right? This is the next goalpost. The next goalpost is they're not going to indict him. Or not indict him. They're not going to, They're not going to convict him, right? Now the next goalpost is going to be moved towards getting the conviction. All right, that's what everyone now is cutting their teeth on, all right? They didn't cut the teeth when we were telling them earlier that this is what's coming. They wanted to sit there and deny. They wanted to sit there and live in their fantasy world. They want to sit there and just, they had the unmitigated gall to come up into our chat room, people. They had the balls, without doing the research themselves, to come up in our chat room and tell us that we were wrong. They were telling us that we were living in the Matrix. That's what they were trying to tell us. They laughed at us. You can even go back to the last live stream. Look at the comment section. They ridiculed. They did all they did. And we were telling y'all, listen, this isn't about playing for teams. This is about reality and evidence, okay? I know Andrew Tate is your team. I get it. He's your team top G. I understand that. But I don't care about that. I care about the evidence or potential evidence they have on these guys. So you know what that means? If this nigga gets convicted, all right, not only he's going to face some jail time, some serious jail time. We're not talking about jail, prison. He's going to prison after conviction. He's a convict now, all right? But it would have meant that y'all, the whole lot of y'all, literally went to bat and literally gave your right, the equivalent of your right testicles to a rapist, bruh, to a trafficker, bruh. That's what it's gonna say. A lot of y'all, even these big media channels, Patrick McDavid, oh, your response, Adam Saza, you guys were just pitiful. I just wanted to reach out and just grab that little dumb tie you got on, okay? Just pull it closer and say, nigga, where did you get your stats from? And why are you lying? Okay? But that's the thing. Patrick McDavid, all these red pill popping media sites and platforms that have been popping up here, it would have meant that they've been aiding and abetting a known trafficking rapist. Now, how do y'all feel? Huh? How does it feel to be a bunch of weirdos on the internet supporting your leader who's now, and I'm 100% convinced. Y'all can't tell me I'm wrong. Y'all cannot tell me right now I'm wrong, because I've been right this whole time. Y'all laughed at me. I've been right. So I deserve this. I told you so. Y'all in the chat, y'all deserve this. I told you so too. All them people coming in there and trolling, telling us we're stupid, we're dumb, we know what the fuck we're talking about because we don't have all the facts, all right? Here's the fucking indictment. They got him. They're charging him. Y'all said this day wouldn't come. It's here. Now y'all going to move the goalpost to a conviction. What are you going to do then when he gets convicted? What are you going to do then when he faces 5 to up to maximum 10 years in jail? Because you know what the third charge they're indicting him for? Running an organized criminal organization. Organized criminal organization, all right? Or organized or criminal organization, all right? Or criminal enterprise. That's the third charge they got on him, okay? So I don't know if Romania has RICO built into their system, but it seems as though they are going to be investigating that too. You don't think that's going to bring some hefty charges? Oh, do you know what else that went into that sex trafficking charge? Alleged minors. These guys were diddling around with minors potentially. We'll see. We'll see what the evidence says, because now they got to bring it. But what this does is it shines the biggest stain, okay, on the red pill movement and everybody who's ever been screaming on top of their lungs, top G, top G. Y'all wouldn't do the same thing about that EDP guy. Y'all ain't gonna do the same shit about that EDP guy, right? He's a kitty diddler, right? That's what he is, right? Same thing with Andrew Tate. Underage girls, trafficking. You can't get any worse than that. You see, when y'all got weirded out, when I was like, why would he compare himself to that Schofield case, right? The dude who was a pedo and got treated nice because the media was playing patty cakes with him, right? And I'm like, wow, wait a minute, Tate. The Schofield situation, he was a pedophile. He's a known pedophile. Why would you compare your trafficking case to a pedophile? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, could you compare it to another trafficker? There are plenty of other traffickers out there. I mean, you could have easily done that, but you compared your case to a pedophile. People just do and say the darnest things, don't they? Now, guys, before I get too deep into my I told you so's, because it's well deserved. Listen, we take a lot of beating here, guys. Okay, we don't care. We'll tell the truth. We'll tell the truth no matter what. We don't give a fuck. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's not even an emotional thing for us. It's just calling out a spade a spade. All right, we see it. If it talks like a sex trafficker, acts like a sex trafficker, has evidence that could potentially lead to him being a sex trafficker, I'm sorry, dog. What am I wasting my time for, trying to guess intentions and motives and other things like that? I'm seeing what I'm seeing, okay? So the rest is up to the court, because that's the next goalpost a lot of these Tate guys are going to move it over to, all right? And, some of y'all are still holding out hope, and I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, a lot of people don't want to see him convicted, but I think a lot of y'all need to start asking yourself some serious questions, okay? And those questions ought to be, if this guy gets convicted, all right, and he gets booked, and the evidence is clear that this guy not only messed around trafficking women, but part of those group of women were also underage girls. Not only that, he's also being investigated for grape as well. Are you guys gonna sit there and still support that shit? Really? Then what the fuck are you guys? What kind of masculine? What kind of army has Andrew Tate been building this entire time? If y'all will look all that evidence in the face, all the way up until conviction, because I'm already convinced he's getting convicted. There's no doubt in my mind. I've been right this far. Why stop now? I'm not stopping. We put the brakes on him. We ain't putting the brakes on it. We accelerating. That's what we doing. All right. What are you guys gonna say? Are you guys gonna still support a known pedo? Are you going to start supporting a trafficker? Are you start trying to support guys who are running criminal organizations? If they're convicted of it, is that the what do you call it? Is that the role models that the red pill has for us here? We're left with gangsters, scammers, and criminals and criminal traffickers. Is that what we have to answer to say now? Oh, guess what? Islam. Hey, a lot of you Muslims out there who y'all weren't even really thinking, y'all were just out here supporting a guy because he's clouded and he's somehow just converted to Islam. Look at the stain this is about to do on your reputation. Huh? And listen, I don't know about y'all, but I know there's some people out there in jail that don't play with people who mess with underage kids. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I simply think that's a thing, right? I seem to believe that's a thing, right? So how many people in Islam would, well, actually, you know what? Let me not even go there, because I might get the answer that I don't even want to hear, because it's probably a possibility. Because a lot of these guys, they talk about virgins, right? I mean, why am I not surprised? But I'm going to be done with that. I just got, listen, there's just too much going on right now, okay? So I'm going to read the super chats. We'll get into the article, and then we'll play some videos. Alba and Preach dropped the video, I think. And we're gonna cover that, and then we got to cover Patrick Bet-David's video, because the nut guzzling does not stop. And honestly, Patrick, this is getting shameful. The Andrew Tate, get his balls out of your mouth. Like, I mean, what is this? What is this? Y'all are a massive ass channel that pride yourself on facts and evidence, and you got a consistency and all this bullshit, and here you are being disingenuous this entire time. Shame on you, Patrick. You're really showing your colors there, buddy. John, shout out to you. He says apparently Hunter Biden was charged as well. Oh, we'll see what comes out of that. John says, Tate, from top G to bottom G, Netflix original. Facts. And people are going to forget about him. If he thinks, listen, he's going to still have some clout. I'm not saying that he's going to disappear. You know what I'm saying? He'll have some of these extremist weirdos who are still going to be supporting that shit. But realistically, if he does any significant jail time, like anything beyond 3 years, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dog. So you'll just be one of those relics. Maybe you'll come out and you'll make some waves here and there, but it's a wrap. It's over. It's over, bruh. I mean, there's nothing else to say. We've warned you. We told y'all fast money, slow consequences. So I hope you enjoy that prison cell because that's what you're looking at pretty fucking soon. And it looks like I'm caught up. So let me grab this article real quick. And it's a Fox News. All right, even though all the articles are saying the same thing, we know all these conservatives and these far right, left, what do you call red pillars? They gotta have Fox News or something equivalent. All right, so we're gonna pull up a Fox News article so you guys were not saying well, anybody's being biased over here because y'all will try anything to move that goalpost. I just know it. Yo, I'm seeing the excuses right now. All right, so let's take a look at this. Look at the headlines, baby. All right, this was as of today. Social media influencer Andrew Tate, who has garnered millions of followers online promoting a luxurious alpha male lifestyle, was indicted in the southern Eastern Europe nation of Romania Tuesday on rape and sex trafficking charges. They kept the rape charge on. So all of y'all who's been screaming from the top of your lungs, oh, the Sophie person is fake. Oh, this Evie person, we don't know her name. She's fake. They kept the charges on, and those were the same allegations the prosecutors leaked themselves. So the fact that you guys would look at that and say there's no evidence just meant how much y'all were coping. This is how hard y'all Tate boys were coping. I mean, it's just embarrassing. Honestly, to cope this hard and wind up still getting charged with rape. All I know is for Andrew Tate's sake, there better not be minors in any one of these two charges that I see right here. Because that's going to say a lot about the people following them. That y'all actually ain't shit. That's what it's gonna say. Y'all actually don't give a fuck. Y'all some ain't shit niggas that don't give a fuck. You just like the dude because he says what you like to hear. Andrew Tate, that's what it is. He just says what you like to hear, and deep down, this is who y'all niggas are. I better see some people come out and just y'all listen. Once we get a conviction. Listen, no, hey, don't come to this channel talking about, but we gotta wait for the evidence. Nah, messing with that bullshit. We already predicted this, and we've been right so far, okay? He's gonna get convicted. They kept them charges on. I want to see y'all take accountability for supporting a known trafficker and rapist this entire time. But the thing is, they'll have channels like us say, well, dude, if you're wrong, okay, you got to do a video saying you're wrong. Okay, fine. I had no problem with it. I'm not emotionally invested. But then when you guys are wrong, y'all just move the goalpost. Y'all just, it's like honestly, my blood is boiling just thinking about this shit, bro. It's like y'all are just peak weird. Just peak weird, all right? So I hope you know that this ain't the Matrix either. And that's another goalpost. The Matrix finally got it. Andrew Tate predicted this, okay? He predicted the Matrix. Here it is. He told you, nah, bro, this ain't the Matrix. This is the real world, okay? He can try to unplug himself all day long. Whenever he opens his eyes, it's going to be in that 2x4 cell with all them other Ukrainian dudes. That's his reality. That's going to be his new plug and play. Let's keep going. Romania's largest anti-organized crime agency, the Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism, aka DICOT, said in a statement that prosecutors filed charges against Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan and two Romanian women in a court in Bucharest. Romania's capital. The four defendants are accused of forming a criminal group in 2021 in order to commit the crime of human trafficking in Romania, as well as other countries such as the United States and Great Britain. Oh, you getting a RICO. Oh, you getting a RICO, bruh. Oh, yeah. Somebody snitching. Yo, listen, if the U.S. is involved, that means the feds are involved. And the feds are everywhere. They get their tentacles in everywhere, bruh. You're potentially looking at an international RICO like case right now, okay? Especially looking at this DICOT name, all right? It looks like they're the top dog, the top anti-corruption and crime and terrorism unit. So that means they probably have some like RICO-like attributes to them if they're trying to investigate you for a whole organized entity, not just the individual crime itself. This is not looking good. It really isn't, dude. And y'all was in there. Y'all could have been preparing for this, but instead, y'all chose to listen to podcasts pumping y'all heads up with copium. Just copious amounts of copium, bro. Let's see. Prosecutors say the Tate brothers, who are dual British / U.S. citizens, oh yeah, they getting y'all, bro. There's an extraditionary treaty that exists between Romania and the U.S. I hope you know that. That's not looking good. Allegedly recruited 7 female victims by misleading them about the intentions to establish marriage / cohabitation relationship and the existence of real feelings of love, the lover boy method. So they're going with that. They're actually going with that. The victims were later transported and housed in buildings in the blank county of Romania. I don't know how to pronounce that. Where they were subjected to acts of physical violence, mental coercion through intimidation, constant surveillance, control, and evoking alleged debts. Wow, prosecutors say. Members of the group allegedly sexually exploited the victims, who were forced to perform pornographic acts on camera for dissemination on social media platform, the statement said. So this is Andrew released from jail, placed under house arrest. Prosecutors ordered a confiscation of the Tate brothers' asset, including 15 luxury cars, luxury watches, and about $3 million in cryptocurrency. Yo, chat! Remember that video where I was playing that video to you, and he was telling you, teaching these dudes to not to trick these girls out of not paying taxes because of they're doing it in Bitcoin, right? And because of Bitcoin, they can't touch it. No taxes, right? Nigga, they got $3 million of your cryptocurrency. $3 million. That's nothing to sneeze at, bruh. So they got a good chunk of them Bitcoins y'all were transacting back and forth. And I'm going to tell you this. It's actually, for a decentralized platform, it's actually not all that difficult to track wallets, bro, and see what wallet belongs to what, especially if they have hard drive data that they confiscated from your computers. They'll find the connections. They'll find what was made from what was transferred to what wallet, where everything. They can almost probably account for your illegal operation, meaning they probably have a good cause for that organized crime charge that they're hitting you with. They probably have some serious shit. They got financial records. I'm not even doubting this, bro. This is crazy. Prosecutor says victims who refuse to continue making pornographic materials and asked to leave the property were punished through hitting or other physical violence. In March of 2022, one of the defendants is alleged to have been raped by one of the victims twice through the exercise of physical violence and mental pressure to repeatedly have sexual relations. Tate, 36, has resided in Romania since 2017. A former professional kickboxer has repeatedly claimed Romanian prosecutors have no evidence and alleged that the case is a political conspiracy designed to silence him. Tate spokesman Mattia Presu said Tuesday that the brothers were prepared to demonstrate their innocence and vindicate their reputation. The two men are expected to attend a hearing in Bucharest on Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow. Tate's legal team are prepared to fully cooperate with the legal authorities, presenting all necessary evidence to exonerate the brothers and expose any misinterpretations or false accusations. They're still hey, fire your lawyer. Fire your lawyer, bruh. Because instead of your lawyer helping you out to create a legitimate argument, y'all are still going this conspiracy political hit job route. This is bro. You're not that fucking important in the grand scheme of things, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. You're not that important. You're a guy who says motivational shit on YouTube, but you're bombastic and reckless about it. Okay. Rolo does the same shit. He tweets out stupid shit. Look at all these other dumbasses in the manosphere. They're all doing what you do, Andrew Tate. You're nothing special. You don't see YouTube. Well, maybe YouTube comes after them, but you don't see governments coming after them. You don't see. Look at Sneeko. He was literally a mini version of you. He did the exact same thing. Worse, he got bumped off of YouTube. But is he facing a trafficking charge? No. Is he facing a charge of running an organized crime unit? Right? No. You are the only one. So to have your lawyer sit there and just indulge in these stupid ass fucking arguments where you're trying to say that it's a political hit job and the Matrix, I can't believe this. You're actually going to use the Matrix argument in court. This is crazy. This is insane. Like this is probably gonna be this is probably gonna be the most entertaining. If they're probably not gonna publicize it, but it's probably gonna, for the Romanian government, this is probably gonna be the most interesting / entertaining case they've ever prosecuted on a high level scale. It has to be. It really has to be. They're actually going with this Matrix argument, bro. I'd fire my attorneys. If he's not coming to me telling me how my time can be reduced, if he's not telling me how I can do that, I'm getting him out of my circle. He's getting up out of there. The fuck? They so mad, bro. Look at this. Imagine the Tate fans right now reading this. Hey, I hope you guys are watching. Read this. Read this. Look at this. Your tears. Oh my God, your tears. Your tears are so phenomenal. Oh, I hope y'all are watching. Oh yeah, keep them coming right here. I hope y'all are watching because listen, we're not the ones that lied to you. At the end of the day, we're not the ones that lied to you. So I just hope y'all are watching this. I hope y'all are hate commenting. I hope y'all are hate watching. I hope y'all are doing everything that a hater would do, including giving us views, because I want y'all to see this mess right here. And to prove to y'all once and for all, listen, the truth don't got to lie, baby. It don't got to lie. We just got to stand on our square, this, regardless of what y'all are doing. Y'all think this is the first time y'all came after us? Regardless of what y'all are doing, we had to just kept telling the truth. That's all we did. And now we're here. And it turns out y'all the ones who've been spoon-fed, right? Spoon-fed a bunch of bullshit. That's what it's coming out to be. Y'all the ones that got lied to. We would tell the truth. So I hope these guys are hate watching. Let's read some more. I have to, guys. This is my I told you so stream. I gotta do this. I got to. Under Romanian law, a judge has up to 60 days to assess the files in the case before the defendants are sent to trial, or in the case before the defendants are sent to trial. So the judge has about 2 months to review the evidence that apparently, according to this Tate tards out there were no evidence. So apparently the judge has 60 days to review whatever evidence they got, all right? And then after 60 days, then we're going to trial. So the Tate brothers, they're not going to go to trial right away. All right. So it's not going to be, all right, boom, time for trial. No, the judge has to look it over the evidence, okay? Make sure everything's valid. And then, boom, 60 days later, they're pushing everything off the trial. Hey, listen, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, for your best sake, all right, I hope y'all didn't say anything incriminating when y'all were doing that media stream with Patrick Bet-David and the BBC. And that stupid little fucking emergency meeting of yours. I really hope y'all didn't say anything incriminating, all right? Because it seems like all them charges was just dropped the moment y'all dumbasses got on house arrest and they allowed you access to social media. Y'all, they're like, literally, y'all noticed that? I feel like they just set them up. I felt like, you know what? Let's put them on house arrest. Let's put them on house arrest and see what they do. All right, because realistically, they could have just kept you in jail. They could have right up until they brought you up to the court. So they could have just done that, but they didn't. All right, they said, you know what? For the last month that we're about to conclude here, let's get them out there. Let's see what they do. And just like mouse to a hunk of fucking cheese, y'all just run to your social media and start self-snitching. So I can only hope for your case, Andrew Tate, and the Tate defending force over there. I hope that y'all didn't say anything incriminating, because that's another I told you so. Like, we just throwing them out there like ninja stars, baby. Like, y'all, listen, don't act like y'all didn't see this coming. Y'all just chose not to see it. Let's continue. The Tate brothers and the two Romanian suspects were detained in late December in Bucharest. Is it Bucharest or Bucharest? The brothers won an appeal on March 31st to be moved from police custody to house arrest. At the time, Tate was hugely successful on social media, with more than 6 million Twitter followers, many of them young men and school children. He previously was banned from TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook for hate speech, and his misogynistic comments, including saying that women should bear the responsibility for getting sexually assaulted. This is Fox News. He returned to Twitter last year after the platform's new CEO, Elon Musk, reinstated Tate's account. And that's, this one says, hope not a hate group campaigning. Oh, that's a different thing. All right, so it looks like that's the end of that article right over there. That's Fox News, so you can't say it's not nothing, right? They're leaning on this pretty freaking heavy right now. Let's go ahead and see what there's a video I found, and I want to play this for you guys. I like the way the channel structured this here.
Indicted in Romania on charges of rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group to sexually exploit women. The influencer, who preaches misogyny and teaches get-rich-quick schemes to his millions of male followers, will appear before a Romanian judge on Wednesday morning. Also facing charges is his brother Tristan Tate. Like Andrew, he's accused of sex trafficking and forming an organized crime group, as well as inciting violence against others. 2 female associates have been charged alongside the brothers for being part of their criminal gang. Back in December, Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested by the Romanian authorities. Despite 3 hearings to free them, the Tates remained in jail for 12 weeks, with the courts arguing that they would pose a flight risk if released. In March, they were released from custody, but have been under house arrest since. According to the Romanian authorities, the 4 facing charges formed a criminal gang in 2021 with the intention of committing human trafficking in Romania, the US, and the UK, as well as other countries. They also name 7 alleged victims who say they were recruited by the Tate brothers through false promises of love and marriage. Now, that's known as, quote, the lover boy method. The Tates have been explicit about making money by taking a cut of the profits made by young women performing sex acts on webcam sites. In a 2020 interview, Andrew Tate explained how he got them to work for him.
I thought, pretty girls can sit on computers and make money. And that's kind of how it started. Went from there and ended up having a bit of a cam empire. At one point, I was doing $500,000 a month profit. So yeah, it got big. And that was it, really. I never really was.
But not worth $500,000 a month. You're saying the headache was too big for $500,000 a month.
The thing is this.
You must have hated it. It must have gotten really bad.
When you're working with women are highly unpredictable. So, and women are not money motivated. So I got to a point where the only way you can really get the women to work for you, you have 2 choices. You either try and convince them into some kind of business arrangement, which doesn't work long-term because women are emotional, or you get girls who are in love with you and do it because they love you and they want to do as you say and be around you.
In another interview, Tate went into details of how he maximized the income he made from the women.
So I used to pay my girls 30%.
So for every $10,000 they made, I give them 3, and I keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, we get to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you, they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I see this all the time. I just print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? So the tax, you want to pay the tax or not? Ooh, okay, and they just sign away. They don't know what fucking signing. Let's throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real is happening. Nothing's happening except me get rich.
As well as charging the Tate brothers and their associates, the Romanian authorities have seized a stack of cash and assets. Sky News reports this. In a statement announcing the decision to move to trial, Romania's Directorate for the Investigation of Organised Crime and Terrorism said authorities has seized Bitcoin worth an estimated £301,000 from cryptocurrency wallets belonging to the Tates. They also seized 15 buildings and areas of land, 15 luxury cars, 14 luxury watches, 2 ingots, they're blocks of usually precious metal, and a medal as part of their investigation. A Romanian judge now has 60 days to inspect the case files before it can be sent to trial. But according to the BBC, if the case does go ahead, it's expected to last several years.
Jesus!
The Tates gave this statement.
Oh my God! I know he praying. I know he praying. Several years. Oh, they taking everything. They taking everything. They taking everything, chat. Several years. Oh, hey, you better convert back. Convert back, Andrew. This is it. This is it. Whoa. They're gonna bleed. They're gonna bleed you dry in them courts, bro. And I'm actually, while they're doing that, I've pulled up articles. Like, there are more articles coming out right now, chat, of them actually seizing a lot more of Tate's assets. Like, they are stripping this guy bone dry right now. I'm going to play the rest of the video, and they actually are detailing, like, a lot of the stuff that they took from the Tate, just the Tate mansion alone, 10 million euros. That's crazy. So they're seizing shit for the long haul. They're jacking a lot of this stuff because they know this is not gonna end well. Whoa, he's gonna have to sell all that shit. You're not gonna need it now. You're gonna have to sell all of that.
To the media, while this news is undoubtedly predictable, we embrace the opportunity it presents to demonstrate their innocence and vindicate their reputation. Tate's legal team are prepared to cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities, presenting all necessary evidence to exonerate the brothers and expose any misinterpretations or false accusations. How grim is it? How dark a place have we got to where one of the heroes of masculinity in the Western world is being charged for crimes such as this?
Yeah. Honestly, bro, you gonna eat that. You gonna eat them words in just a second, bro. The heroes of masculinity. Y'all have just been so brainwashed. Just the cope is real, even after all of this shit. The cope is real, and honestly, it goes back to what I said a long time ago. They some of these people, I have a sneaking suspicion that they knew Andrew Tate was a goner. All right, but they just kept the charade up for clout because now he's gonna be too busy fighting this massive long-term legal battle he's found himself into. You think he's gonna be paying attention to what's going on out there? Nah. Maybe if he wants a little bit of sympathy and open up that GoFundMe account. But other than that, realistically, there's gonna be a power vacuum. All right, a bunch of Tate fans are gonna need a hero to follow to keep things moving. So you're gonna see a lot of these guys still pretend that they're on Team Tate and he's innocent, and they're gonna turn the blind eye to this guy. All right, who knows how far they're gonna take it? Maybe even after he gets convicted. All right, and it's proven that he's an actual rapist. Right? Maybe after he gets convicted of that, they'll stop with the bullshit. But even then, I have a sneaking suspicion they'll just chalk it up to the Matrix. All right. Oh, if you don't believe me, check out this video by Valuetainment that I just found absolutely just horrendous.
Officials filed charges against the Tate brothers. The controversy continues. So, as social media influencer Andrew Tate has officially been charged with rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group to sexually exploit women, according to BBC's News. And Tate's apparent #1 fan writer Lucy Williamson. Andrew's brother, Tristan, is also facing the same charges. A Romanian judge now has 60 days to inspect the file and with their case being sent to trial. Upon hearing the news, the Tate brothers media team responded. While this news is undoubtedly predictable,
it's all the same
we embrace the opportunity it presents to demonstrate their innocence and vindicate their reputation. The indictment added that it allows us to present a comprehensive body of evidence diligently collected and prepared over time, which will undoubtedly substantiate the brothers' claims of innocence. There are separate charges still under investigation, which could lead to a separate indictment, including money laundering and trafficking minors. Both brothers continue to claim their innocence, having denied all allegations. The trial is not expected to start immediately and is predicted to take several years.
Jeez.
And if you want to see the interview, click below.
Several years?
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, listen, that story is out. Here's how it works. They've said it. Both brothers have said, if you have anything with us, go to the police, create a report, come with your story. If they've done anything, the law's going to do their part. If they've not done anything and they're playing this game, Romania almost has to do something to show that, yes, we were right the last, since April of going back and forth for however long it's been, 14 months. There is something there. It's been allegedly. Now it's, we got to convict them because everyone's been saying, when are you going to convict them?
That's not it at all, bro. That is such cope. It's not even funny. This is what I'm saying. Patrick, get his dick out of your fucking mouth, bro. Did y'all hear what this idiot just said? Oh, yeah, so now the Romanian government, because, everyone's been saying, what are you going to charge them? What are you going to charge them? Now they're going to have to, come out and do something because the Romanian government really don't have anything. That's what he's insinuating. He's insinuating that the Romanian government, even though they took this long, all right, to investigate and gather all the information, and now they've presented it to the judge, Patrick Bet-David is still saying, oh, well, the Romanian government, because people have been anticipating what the charge is going to be. Now they're going to be forced to probably make something up. I'm going to rewind that so y'all can just hear what this idiot just said. And this guy's supposed to be a leader. Like, this guy's an idiot, bro. Like, I can't stand Patrick Bet-David. John, Santi with a $2 super chat. He says, better than nothing, mad. He just bought Tate subs. Yeah, I know. There's going to be, hey, listen, I don't blame them. They've been lied to for God knows how long. So they can be mad in the chat. It's okay. It's all adding to the engagement. I fully expect the stream to have a bunch of Tate sips in here, okay? I fully expect that. Listen, I want y'all here while I'm telling you, I told you so. I want y'all here. I want y'all forward. Look at this. Your tears right here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Just delicious. Delicious, please. I want you to put the eyeballs on the screen. Don't leave, please. If you're a hater of mine because I criticize Andrew Tate, don't leave. Please don't leave. Stay right here, okay? And watch me tell you, I told you so. You fucking losers. Hey, eat this shit, dude. What are you going to do now? Eat this, all right? Your daddy's going to jail. You need a new daddy. Don't come to me. Just sit here while I told you so, okay?
Since April of going back and forth for however long it's been, 14 months. There is something there. It's been allegedly. Now it's, we got to convict them because everyone's been saying, when are you going to convict them? So this whole 14-month witch hunt, guess what? The real job just starts now. Their lawyers can officially do their jobs now. For the last 14 months, they literally couldn't do anything because there was nothing to fight off.
There's no paper.
So they literally couldn't do anything? You mean they couldn't keep those two bozos off of your show? They couldn't keep those two bozos off of the media? They couldn't spend their time building a potential a case against the evidence the team may have? You mean to tell me Andrew Tate's law team didn't foresee, hey, maybe they might find some things on these hard drives, or we should probably prep for this, right? And don't you think Tate would know what things they have? So lawyers had ample time to prepare because they know exactly what charges were there. They knew exactly all the time. The trafficking charge never changed. The grape charge never changed. They knew what was coming. So they had ample time to start building a case against the prosecutors. But if you're telling me that now that charges officially have been filed, the lawyers can now get the work, it just makes my point. Tate's law team are just they're like a celebrity law team. They're not really effective. They're just there for clout. That's just what it is. Because realistically, if they were effective, they would have told his ass to not go on your dumbass show and just self-snitch all over the place. Y'all are just, the cope is so real. It's ridiculous.
To attack.
Nothing.
No paper to
Now-
defend, excuse me.
Now they're going to go after him. And this thing's going to take a while before we learn anything about it. Are you following the story with Tate?
A little bit.
What are your
yeah.
thoughts on this?
Well, I just want to see what happens now, right?
Yeah.
You said it yourself. It's allegation, denial. We got to see what the reality is. And everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But if these charges are serious, let them be investigated and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the law's going to, it's on the law now to do their part, and it's on their lawyers to do their part. It's going to be but it's going to be a long process. I don't think we're going to get an update in a month or two. I think this thing's going to go for a while.
So if there's anything I've learned from Tate is that the Matrix is real and their Matrix attacks are real.
Yep. Here comes the number one D rider right here. Yep. You see he's getting ready to move that goalpost. You see him? He's literally waiting for it. He's itching. Yep. I've been waiting all day. It's the Matrix. I told y'all, listen, Andrew Tate was right. It's a Matrix. This is the goalpost. He's literally setting up the next goalpost to make it seem like the Matrix finally got him. Andrew Tate was right this entire time. No, the fuck he wasn't. He had charges this entire time, and we knew it. We knew these charges were coming. Y'all were trying to lie and make it be all about the Matrix. We knew those charges were going to slap him in the face with some serious reality. And now y'all are faced with reality. All of a sudden, you're going with the Matrix argument? Oh, my God. Look at this. This is Tate number one's D-writer right here. Adam Sosnick. You asshole. I can't believe you did this shit.
Thing.
1,000.
And they will do whatever the hell they want to do to bring you down. They will
Listen to
try to
this.
find, they will spend months
Years.
going through all your stuff to find anything. They will go back 10 years ago to some girl in some pub that you may or may not have met, nameless, faceless woman, and allow her to basically give her story. And you're like, I don't have no clue who this person is.
Whoa, hey, time out. Adam, that's a bit disingenuous, you fucking bungaloid moron. Like, how can you just sit there in all your infinite dumbassery and just walk away with a dumbass confident take like that? All right, listen, that was a way too overconfident take because that's not how that shit works. That is not how that shit works at all, okay? Listen, those names the prosecutor were dropping, those names, maybe Evie wasn't a real name or Rosie or whatever name that they were using to tell the story. Maybe those weren't real names, but they were definitely real people. The evidence was there, all right? And yes, when they did those police raids, they got information that goes back maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. But those are still evidence. So why dismiss it? Why all of a sudden... It's crazy how these Matrix people, man, when you speak the truth, yeah, they'll just dig through your files and they'll dig through every nook and cranny just to attack you. That's what that is. Yep. I told you. See, Andrew Tate warned us about this. All right. Now we're gonna watch our Lord and Savior die on the cross for us. Okay. Because I'm sorry, he's Islam. whatever happened over there, right? So, guys, listen, stop, Adam. We know what this is, all right? This is the potential end of the Tate bread right there. Y'all watching that Tate bag run right out the window. Y'all gonna need something, especially that little 7 million views in one day podcast your buddy Patrick McDavid did over there with Tate, all right? Listen, that's just too much money to just sweep under the rug, dog, and you know that. So now you gotta pivot. You gotta pivot to the Matrix, okay? He was right all along. Adam, you're a fucking disgrace, bro. Just looking at you over here, you're a goddamn disgrace. And just honestly, shame on you. Shame on you and whatever the fuck you stand for, bro.
But they will use that against you, and they will basically use the system. Talk about the system being weaponized and politicized. It's exactly what's going on here. And let's just remind each other. Tate predicted this. He basically said, I'm calling my shot right here. It gave the old Babe Ruth. This is what's going to happen right here. And just think about it. If you're a criminal, just in any realm, we all saw Goodfellas. The number one rule, lay low. Lay low. The advice was, keep your mouth shut. The advice was not go start a podcast. Just shoot off at the hip. Say everything wild that you've ever done in your life. Business, fight Goodfellas. The number one. This. He basically said, I'm calling my shot right here. It gave the old Babe Ruth. This is what's going to happen right here. And just think about it. If you're a criminal, just in any realm, we all saw Goodfellas. The number one rule, lay low. Lay low.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, it's funny you said that, dumbass, because your buddy Andrew Tate, yeah, the guy whose dick you're guzzling right now, hey, he is an actual criminal. Yeah, he's getting investigated by the Organized Crime and Anti-Terrorist Task Force team. All right, they got terrorists in the goddamn name. All right, I'm sorry, but if I was being investigated by an agency that also investigates terrorists, I'm gonna be worried about that. Okay, you can't be a bigger criminal than fucking that, bruh. So I'm sorry. Andrew Tate knew he was a criminal. The best thing for him was to keep his mouth shut. But instead, he didn't do that. So you can't sit there and compare it to Goodfellas like the mafia dudes in the movie. Dude, you can't do that, okay? Oh, yeah, in Goodfellas, they talked about if you got to keep your mouth shut. He didn't do that. He got ties to the Romanian mob and couldn't keep his mouth shut. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I got to say it, chat. Okay, if I don't say it, ain't nobody gonna say it. So I gotta say it. What are we talking about here? Oh, criminal, lay low. They did the exact opposite. That's why they're being indicted. And they're being investigated by anti-organized crime unit. Okay, I'm sorry, organized crime and terrorists. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. You done fucked up. Let me just play this dumbass statement back from Adam Sosmick, the freaking Skittle guzzler over here, bro. Like, I can't believe y'all are just and tell me you're not a grifter again, bro. Hey, Adam Sos, tell me you're not a grifter again. I mean, so like, what are you talking about, bro?
And just think of
hold up. Let me
your
just
stuff to find anything. They will go back 10 years ago to some girl in some pub that you may or may not have met, nameless, faceless woman, and allow her to basically give her story. And you're like, I have no clue who this person is, but they will use that against you, and they will basically use the system. Talk about the system being weaponized and politicized. It's exactly what's going on here. And let's just remind each other. Tate predicted this. He basically said, I'm calling my shot right here. It gave the old Babe Ruth.
He did that because he knew this was coming. He didn't predict shit. He had the foresight to see this shit was coming. All right. But what is it? Hindsight 2020. All right. Hey, listen, you live in a fast life. Some crazy shit's bound to happen. All right. Especially if you got hemmed up in US and the UK as well. Like, bruh, he gave the Babe Ruth signal. Okay. He knew this was coming. This is our hero, guys. Look at him. Look at Adam Sosnick right now. What is this? Can somebody tell me what this is? You're a grown-ass middle-aged man, and you're idolizing a 36-year-old who knew he was gonna get indicted for sex trafficking, and you're trying to just make a martyr out of him right now. I mean, just how pathetic you are. Chat, what is this? I don't even know what to call this. Anything, just nothing short of just pure embarrassment. Look at this. You pointed and put the Babe Ruth out there. Yeah. He giving that old Babe Ruth nod. He's going to prison. That back about to get blown out for the next decade. Yeah, he facing up to 10 years. And y'all still out here lying. Let me just play what he says, because he's ridiculous. Kiana, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. It says they need to budget and put money on Tate's books for some Cheetos. You know they ain't gonna do that. These people are the real snakes. That's what it is. They will clout chase off of Andrew Tate's name. At the end of the day, we'll let him see a lick of clout. Guaranteed. He's not going to see money from that. He not. They got, listen, the agency got everything of his. I'm about to put the what do you call it? The article up. They have everything. Over $10 million worth of assets and properties right now. And they're taking more. They got his Bitcoin. They got everything. He's going to be left with nothing, bruh. And these guys know it.
Let's remind each other. Tate predicted this. He basically said, I'm calling my shot right here. It gave the old Babe Ruth. This is what's going to happen right here. And just think about it. If you're a criminal, just in any realm, we all saw Goodfellas. The number one rule, lay low. Lay low. The advice was, keep your mouth shut. The advice was not go start a podcast. Just shoot off at the hip. Say everything wild that you've ever done in your life, business, financial, sexual, social, and let everybody know all your deepest, darkest secrets. If you have something to hide, you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tate was dumb enough to do that shit, and you're dumb enough to put out that fucking stupid ass little statement of yours. I mean, that was so dumb. Like, why would you say it? He is a criminal? He knew he was a criminal, and he decided to go flex about it. That's what he did. He wanted to flex. This is what happens when you are a known criminal, and instead of laying low, you go on YouTube to flex. He brought this on himself. And that's the one thing this is the ultimate hypocrisy of the red pill right now that y'all are refusing to swallow. He brought this on himself. He did. No one else did but him. He self-snitched. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have known he had mob ties. He put all that stuff out there. We didn't. So he can't live his life like a real mobster. He's a snitch. All right. And I guarantee you he's looking at the federal what do we call RICO equivalent right now. That's what he's gonna be looking at. And he's gonna be pointing fingers. Yep. They're gonna rat on the mob. That's what's gonna end up happening. Either those girls who are indicted with them are gonna rat on the Tates and testify, or the Tates are gonna go ahead and rat on the mafia. All right, because they're investigating that crime organization now, and the mafia already cut ties because they were like, "Oh no, we only did illegal gambling." I don't know. Were the girls supplied at those casinos over there? We don't know. If the girls were supplied, where'd they come from? We don't know, bruh. These guys, I can't wait. Let's just wait till the evidence, right? I can't wait. But we right, chat. We were right this whole time. I told you it was gonna take a couple days. What I told you, only a couple days. It's gonna happen. They're gonna file charges on him. 2 days later, here we are. Moxie, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. He says Zesty TV trying to raise funds because he allegedly is about to get his channel canceled or terminated due to copyright strikes from Dennis Sperling, pending lawsuit from Anton. Yo, you getting sued by Dennis the Blizzard King Sperling? How you get sued by the Blizzard Man? That's crazy, bro. You got the Blizzard King. Hey, listen. Listen. You better hope you pay with that $3,000 you borrowing from your audience. You better hope you paying your Veronica, okay, and your child support. You got to pay them too, because like you going to jail. And to be honest with you, realistically, I don't know. Maybe he might be lying about this because it's getting awfully close to June 26th. He's got 6 more days to pay up $1,350. That's $1,350, okay? And on top of that, he's already owing child support back pay. So there's a lot going on in that nigga's life right now. So I'm going to say this. He might actually be lying. Matter of fact, let me go to the GoFundMe page because somebody linked the GoFundMe page in the chat. I want to see how much money he's raising for this shit. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, this is actually fucking ridiculous. Yo, Josh, shout out to you. Says blowout G. Yeah, he gonna be blown out G for sure. Let's get to this article real quick, okay? So let me bring this up here. Here it is. I don't know what this is. Andrew Tate's $10 million fortune. Romanian cops reveal details of influencer's wealth, including 15 properties, 15 cars, 14 luxury watches, as he is charged with rape and trafficking. Amount seized by Romanian prosecutors from Tate was revealed in the indictment. Tate, his brother, and 2 Romanian women have been charged with rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal gang to exploit women. Romanian police have revealed details about Andrew Tate's wealth as they today indicted him and 3 others on human trafficking and rape charges. Despite the misogynist influencer previously claiming to be a trillionaire, a press release from Romania's anti-organized crime prosecution unit, DICOT, suggested Tate's true fortune was more likely around 10 million. Whoa! I thought that's what they seized. I thought Andrew Tate said he was worth 300 million. I'm sorry, or maybe I heard that wrong. Somebody was lying. Somebody was lying about the net worth. See, when you really research that shit, all of a sudden he's not worth 300 million, more like 10 million. That's nothing to seize that either. That's a lot of money. It's just like, why lie? Why lie and pretend you're worth 300 million and like 10 million is still a big enough number, bro. Like, you ain't got to lie about that. That's a legitimate high value number. Like the fact you have to, y'all are just so insecure. Even with all the money in the world, you can't help but still be insecure. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, bro. I like honestly, because he said that on the Dave Portnoy's. Y'all remember Dave when he was on with Dave Portnoy, and they were trying to talk to him about how much he was worth. And I always thought, because even in that episode, I found it funny the way he was like skirting around talking about how much he was worth, right? Because someone who's as bombastic as he is, he would have no problem just saying, "Yeah, I'm worth this amount, X, Y, and Z." But when Dave Portnoy was pushing him down on, like, "Hey, so how much money? Like dollar amount?" Tate didn't want to answer the question because I think he knew he was lying this whole time. He was worth 10 million, not 300. Which, why would you even lie about that? He's still a millionaire, bro. Y'all niggas are insecure as fuck, bro. So let me read this one more time. Despite the misogynist influence previously claiming to be a trillionaire, a press conference or a press release from Romania's anti-organized crime prosecution unit suggested Tate's fortune was more likely around 10 million. As a part of the indictment, prosecutors ordered the classification of luxury assets from the Tate brothers, including 15 high-value cars, 14 luxury watches, and about $440,000 held in cryptocurrency, the agency statement said. Dicot has been investigating the Tate, his brother Tristan, and two female Romanian acquaintances, Luana Radu and Georgiana Nigel, since last year. Oh, they snitching. I already know it. They snitching, bro. That's what's about to happen. The agency ordered the indictment of 4 defendants for offenses including setting up an organized crime group, trafficking in persons, rape, they said. So these are some of the pictures. Look at damn, bro. I hope you get a good shot at this. Yeah, it's gone. All that clout chasing on the internet just gone. Sydney says it's $10 million seized. No, it's not. No, it's not. Are you reading over here? Did you not read the press release? It says, despite the misogynist influence and previously claiming to be a trillionaire, a press release from Romania's anti-organized crime prosecution unit, DICOT, suggested Tate's true fortune was more likely around 10 million, not seized. True fortune. Why is it that y'all can look facts in the face and still choose to cope? Grow up. The facts are there. He's worth 10 million, not 300. They didn't seize 10 million. They got all of it. That's all he's worth right there. And it's nothing to sneeze at either. But don't sit there and read what the prosecutors are saying and say, nah, it's what they seized. Nah, they list off what they seized. But trust me, they looked at how much he's worth. And they have the hard drives to prove it. So why lie? The 4 men were arrested on December 29th and held until March 31st before a Bucharest court put them under house arrest earlier this month. DICOT notified the Tate brothers that human trafficking charge had changed to trafficking in continued form, a DICOT spokesperson said on June 13th. That was last week. They have now formally indicted, which means they will appear before a judge. The trial will not start immediately. That could take several years. This is crazy. Andrew Tate has also been charged with raping one of the victims, while his brother Tristan has been charged with instigating others to violence. The brother and the female associates have denied all allegations of abuse and trafficking. Investigators are also continuing to probe their finances with investigations on ongoing into alleged money laundering. Whoa, hold up. This was just a mouthful over here. Investigators are also continuing to probe their finances with investigations ongoing into alleged money laundering linked to the brothers. Yo! Hey, I hope you got that. So they're actually digging into this dude's finances. Whoa, so they are checking them for the bigger crime. They are checking him for the bigger crime. They have to be, because now they're going into money laundering. I told y'all, chat, what did I tell you was one of the charges he was going to get? What did I tell you it was going to be? It was either going to be tax evasion or money laundering. I was wrong on the grape charge. I thought they were going to drop that. I didn't know they were going to keep the grape charge on, right? So they kept the grape charge on. I thought they were going to drop the money laundering, but it seems like they're actually going after them on the money laundering scheme. And imagine what financial ties they're going to find once they start digging into that money laundering, bro. Especially finding out now that they're linked to the Romanian mob. They're probably gonna try to build a bigger case against the biggest, largest mafia organizations in Romania, especially if Romania is looking to clean up the country, and they're looking at now the Tate brothers have or could be a potential link or a broken link in the chain. If they find something linking them to those brothers over there, they're either gonna try to flip the Tate brothers or do something to take down this bigger gang, especially if Romania is trying to turn over a new leaf. This is not looking good. This is looking serious. This is looking mad serious, bro. Y'all could keep coping, but this is reality. This ain't no Matrix. Investigators, okay, I already read that. In total, the assets seized by Dykot are estimated to be worth about $10 million, according to the Sun Online, citing sources. While there's still a significant amount of money, it's much less than the Tate had previously claimed to be worth. Okay, so they got $10 million seized so far, but they're still not worth $300 million. So they got $10 million so far, but they're basically saying, like, even if we got the 10 million, we're almost at the end of the pot here. Like, they don't have that much money. All right. So they're saying Tate has previously claimed to be worth in the past. He has bragged about a fortune ranging from 100 million to being self-proclaimed the world's first trillionaire. So they're saying it's not. He's not even close to 100 million is what they're saying. Which either way, I don't know why you have to lie about that. 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, however much million you're worth, dude, it's still a lot of money. You're a millionaire. That's a hard feat for a lot of people to come by. The Dykot indictment suggests his fortune is much smaller. Damn. Yo, I got to read this whole paragraph. Bro, because I'm doing this in spots right now. It says, while still a significant amount of money is much less than the Tate had previously claimed to be worth in the past. He has bragged about a fortune ranging from 100 million to being the self-proclaimed the world's first trillionaire. The Dykot indictment suggests the fortune is much smaller. However, according to the source quoted by the Sun Online, the biggest asset of the Tate brothers are their cars, which are estimated to be around $8 million. Oh, hell no! Their houses or lands are also estimated at more than $2 million, they added. What? Hey, yeah. That's not good money management. That is not good money management, bro. Like, what the fuck? You got millions of dollars and you stash that in a depreciated asset, like a car, a Bugatti, something that you got to sink a bunch of money into repair cost alone. Fucking a brake job will cost you $100,000 in those things. You mean you spent majority of your audience fortunes on houses and cars? Nigga, you know different. You talking about all this financial freedom bullshit and majority of your wealth is tied up in your cars? Something that depreciates? Something that you could take out there right now, drive and get in a car accident. Oh, there goes a $2 million car right there, gone. Assets all burned up in a fucking Bugatti. Where's your net worth? It's in his Bugatti. That's correct. I thought he had at least some, like, you know, some real estate, like some income earning real estate properties out there, maybe some commercial deals out there, you know, especially if he's doing, commercial deals with the mafia. You would expect him to have some kind of, you mean your investment portfolio right now is in either the cam girls or your Bugatti and house. Yo, these niggas are stupid. Yo, these niggas are stupid. No wonder. Oh, no wonder. It makes so much sense. It makes perfect sense why these guys have to keep doing the cam business, even though they lied and said they didn't need it. It makes so much sense because the cam business is really their bread and butter. These niggas are really probably living paycheck to paycheck, if I'm be honest with y'all. They're millionaires, but probably living paycheck to paycheck. Especially now, you're not worth $100 million because it's one thing if you're worth $100 million and $8 million is in your cars, $2 million in your properties. That's $100 million. You still got a lot to deal with, right? That's a lot of money. But if you got less than $100 million, let's say it's not even close to even $50 million, and $8 million of that is wrapped up in your cars. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe I'm retarded. Maybe I'm not. But if I was worth even $20 million, my car expenses is not even going to be worth that much. It's a depreciating asset. Why would I invest a shit ton of money in cars? That's ridiculous. I'd invest in income properties. I hope that's what they're adding. But they said most of his villas. Oh, they broke it down right here. We're about to read it. This is crazy. I can't believe it. All right, here we go. As far as their account, the source told publication further investigations are to be made as there is also another file under names for money laundering, a file which is far from being ended. The assets listed in the indictment includes 15 lands and buildings located within the Romanian regions of Ivlov, Prahova, and Brasov, 15 luxury cars, 14 luxury watches, 2 ingots, and a medal. The social shares owned within 4 commercial companies. It is said the shares with 4 commercial companies are in different currencies in the amount of 86,580 Romanian lei, 15,000 euro, 52,650 euros, $45,000, and then 17 grand in US dollars. And then they got $10,000 in British pounds. So they got a total of $84,000 cash seized. Okay, so at least they own 15 lands. They're not complete retards. Thank God. I was about to lose my shit, bro. By the way, if they find out any one of these lands are tied to the mafia, that's a bigger investigation, bro. That's a bigger investigation, bro. It just seems like they don't really. I mean, they got gold. What is it? How many gold ingots? Right. I'm reading this again. I got to read this again. Right. So they got 2 ingots. I don't know if it's gold or not, but gold is worth what is it, like $1,700 a pound right now? So a whole ingot might be like what, a couple of grand? No, not a couple grand, like a couple $1,000. What are you talking about here? Those ingots are not cheap. And a metal, but what metal is it? Right? So I don't know, bro. It doesn't look like they have a lot. They don't have a lot of liquid assets, bro. That's what it looks like. They don't have a lot of liquid assets out here. It's just all tied up in properties and cars. I don't know about you, but if I was worth $50 million, majority of my assets are not going to be tied up in freaking cars. That's crazy. $8 million. All right, so I mean, that's crazy. Like, listen, as a part of the indictment, prosecutor ordered the confiscation of luxury assets from the Tate brothers, including, okay, we already read this. So they're stripping this thing bare, bruh. They're stripping his mansion bare right now. That's crazy. Look at all them cars just filing up out of there. Oh, there goes a Lambo. Look at that. Just all of that wealth you built tossed out the window just because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. Prosecutors said they had also seized 14 watches from the Tate brothers. Damn. Prosecutors also seized Tate's cryptocurrency holdings, which it lists as just over 21 Bitcoin, worth about 440,000 pounds as of June 20th, 2023. This was listed as being valued at $380,000 in the indictment, which may have been based on an exchange rate that is now out of date. In the press release listing the assets, Dicot also said the Tates would have to pay an advanced legal fee of £52,000 ahead of the trial. Bro, they're fleecing these dudes. They're fleecing these guys, bruh. Responding to a tweet which appeared to mistranslate Dicot's estimated value of his crypto assets, the Tate accused prosecutors of stealing his wealth. No, that's what they're doing. They're robbing you blind right now. Welcome to Romania. He says, I'm sure this case has absolutely nothing to do with stealing my wealth, he wrote, after Twitter user claimed that he had $380 million worth of crypto assets. Tate, you can't claim you have $380 million in crypto assets and get mad that the prosecutors are trying to take as much of it as possible. If you're not worth $380 million, stop lying. You're only digging yourself a hole. When translated online, the amount listed in the indictment written in Romania appeared to be 380 million cited by the user, but that was incorrect translation of how commas and dots are used in Romanian media when writing the numbers. So it was a user that misrepresented the net worth amount. Well, this is what happens when idiots speak for you online. He says, Tate grew his social media presence by flaunting his muscles, cigars, fast cars, and fascinating millions, particularly teenage boys. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that listen, there's never be a more truer statement than this right here. He often posted with luxury cars, including a Bugatti Veyron in a photo, which caused him to go viral December, days before his arrest, when he launched a bizarre Twitter attack on the climate change activist Greta Thunberg. Please provide your email address so I can, they're quoting the tweet. Please provide an email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and the retrospective enormous emissions, he wrote to her, posting a photo of him filling the Bugatti with petrol. Thunberg's crushing reply referencing his small dick energy was retweeted over 570,000 times. Before that, Tate pictures showed that his car collection at their $600,000 compound on the outskirts of Bucharest, including a Ferrari, Aston Martin, Lamborghini, and a Rolls Royce. However, in a podcast before his arrest, Tate actually denied that he owned any of the luxury cars, implying his Bugatti was actually owned through a series of companies and trusts that gave him access to the supercar. Chat, this is not looking good. Am I missing super chats? I think I'm missing super chats. Hold up, I might be missing super chats. Let's get to the super chats real quick. John says blown out G. Okay, I did. Misinterpretation. Shout out to you. Just what color is your Bugatti now? Yeah. That's facts. What color is it, y'all? What color is the super chat, y'all? Yeah. Fuck. Yo, they got it now. Whatever the color the Romanian government wants to paint that Bugatti, it's theirs. They got it, bruh. This is insane. Like the way they're just jacking all of his shit, bro. They're Tate's case is expected to go to trial in September, but could take several years. Under Romanian law, the case gets sent to the court's preliminary chamber, where a judge has 60 days to inspect the case files to ensure its legality. Prosecutors have said the Tate brothers recruited their victims by seducing them and falsely claiming to want a relationship or married. This accusation was laid out in a press release on Tuesday about the indictment. The injured persons were recruited by the foreign nationals by misleading them about the intentions to establish a marriage, cohabitation, relationship, and existence of real feelings, called the lover boy method. The indictment says the alleged victims were transported to house buildings in Lovkov County, where by exercising acts of physical violence and mental coercion through intimidation and constant surveillance, control, and invoking alleged debts, they were sexually exploited by the group members by forcing them to perform demonstrations pornographic in order to produce and disseminate through some social media platforms materials having such a character. That's so that this is exactly what they're charging him with. I mean, it goes on to say that 7 injured persons identified during the criminal investigation were subjected to forced labor. It added that of the 7 were also sexually exploited by the organized criminal group. 3 became civil parties in the criminal process. Regarding the crime of rape, the indictment said it was noted that in March 2022, an injured person was forced by one of the defendants through the exercise of physical violence and mental pressure to repeatedly have sexual relations to material acts. It also accused the defendants of violence against the injured persons, citing in an October 2021 incident, which one who wanted to stop making the pornographic content and leave the property was attacked. So one of the girls who wanted to leave the property was attacked. That's what they're saying over here. So for those of you boys out there that were saying, listen, yo, the girls could have left any point in time. If they can prove that Andrew Tate physically restrained these girls, it just throws a wrench in everything y'all were saying thus far. Those girls were not free to leave at any point in time. Y'all would look stupid once they bring the evidence out. And I think we've already seen the evidence because we broke down the chat logs here on the stream before. So I genuinely think that they're gonna prove this, and y'all are gonna look so damn silly after this is done. It's not even funny. In a statement to Mail Online, a representative for the brothers said that their primary focus now will be establish the truth and ensure a fair, impartial examination of the evidence and the legal team will submit. Right? So, hold up, It also accused the defendants of illegally accessing the computer system by altering the integrity of the computer data of one of the alleged victims. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. We request the media and the public to exercise patience. So this is his lawyer talking right now. We request the media and the public to exercise patience and refrain from making premature judgments until the facts are presented in court of law and respect the basic principle of democracy and the presumption of innocence. Listen, bro, you might say you're innocent, but this is guilty as fuck. The Tate's controversial output has made him one of the world's best-known influencers. Tate founded the so-called Hustlers University, where he promises to teach paying students the secrets that only the wealthiest people know. Tate and his brother Tristan were once broke as a joke, but now are self-made multimillionaires, he writes on his site. Tate has denied any wrongdoing in his continuous to dispense his wisdom on Twitter, where he has grown from 4.8 million to 6.9 million followers since January. Tate was born in the United States in 1986 and has U.S. citizenship, according to his website, but after his parents separated, he grew up with his mother and brother in Luton, and that an economically depressed town in north of London. He has lived in Romania for several years before his rise to fame on social media and subsequent arrest. Tate was a professional kickboxer who gained the title of world champion. He first came to wider attention by appearing as a contestant on The Big Brother, the reality show in the UK in 2016, but was quickly ejected after a video emerged showing him hitting a woman. We played that on the stream before. After that, he focused on building his online presence. In August last year, he was banned from social media platforms, including Instagram and TikTok, for misogynistic messages. His Twitter account was allowed back after Elon Musk. His Twitter account was allowed back. However, after Elon Musk bought the company, he now runs a paid social networking platform called his War Room, whose mission he describes as helping all men become the very best versions of themselves. All men should be strong, he repeatedly states. However, his comments on women have proved the most controversial. There's no such thing as independent female, he said in the podcast. Unless she has a man directing her, she's gonna fuck it up. He also said, I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. Yeah, he did say that too. He did say that. He describes how he would hit a woman who accused him of cheating on her, and says that women who are assaulted or raped are to blame. Yeah, but his Twitter messages since his arrest have been very different. Yeah, we know. Damn, look at the 2 girls right here. They're the 2 girls right there. You see them? Look at that. Them 2 girls right here. They talking, bro. They snitching. He now quotes Nelson Mandela and Quran. Yeah, I know his Twitter changed. Y'all notice that after before he was talking to all this debaucherous shit, right? All this sexist, misogynist shit, and then the moment he gets arrested, all of a sudden he's Nelson Mandela. And he's Nelson Mandela, and he's quoting the Quran. These niggas, man, they have no shame. Having declared himself an atheist, he said in October he had converted to Islam. But he goes from a Christian to an atheist to now he's an Islam. He's a Muslim. This is crazy. In January, he appeared in court in Bucharest in handcuffs, carrying a book that appeared to be the Quran. He indicated on Twitter on March 23rd that he was observing Ramadan, during which Muslims abstain from food and water from sunrise to sunset. He wrote that when he was given food, I spent my entire day destroying the flies and ants who get close to the meal until the sun goes down. Then, in accordance with Ramadan, I eat the stone cold food in my cell by myself. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. Yeah, this Islam shit's a grift. It's a fucking grift, bruh. Get the fuck out of here with that, bruh. And you know what's funny? A lot of these Muslims, y'all allowed these idiots to come in and just hijack your religion. So y'all, if somebody, let me get this straight. If someone has a legit criticism against Islam or any other religion, y'all be the first in arms to go ham at people and criticize them, right? Y'all want to cancel them. Don't criticize my religion. But then you will willingly open your doors to someone who is going to trivialize your religion like Andrew Tate is doing right now. Y'all would just turn a blind eye to it. Y'all are some hypocrites. See, this is why I don't trust religion, all right? And this goes for all religion. I don't trust it. I'm sorry. Did we have an argument about this a while ago where how you can be culturally or culturally religious, but like, what is it? If you're actually religiously following this shit, it's bullshit. It's bullshit to me. It really is. It's a form of control to me. All right. So you can be culturally something, but to follow it in blind faith, it's crazy, bro. So y'all blind faith Muslims allow Andrew Tate to come in here and hijack your bullshit, and he was just doing it for the culture. I want to play this video. I want to see what Abba and Preach had to say about it, because they were among the other channels that were calling this bullshit out too.
Second time, the second life, which I described as they try and put you in jail for no reason. Here we are in the current scenario. I knew it was going to happen. And the third one is they put a bullet in your head. So we're going to have to see how the second life plays out. And yeah, I mean, when this is all over and I win the court case and I get the not guilty, I won't be smiling. I'll be walking out the courtroom with my head on a swivel. That's the kind of life I'm living now. I'm going to be thinking, oh, okay, so their second attempt failed. Now what? Like, do I want to fly private anymore? Do I want to go that place anymore? You start to think about these things. Like, do I want to do these things? A lot of billionaires dying in plane crashes. It's strange. It's scary, regardless of how it plays out.
So you see the way he's talking right now. He already knows they're going to court. He's thinking about not guilty versus guilty. It's not even about charges not being laid. They've changed the language. Mm-hmm. So if you aren't aware, it appears that Andrew Tate's most likely going to get charged with all the crimes that the Romanian government alleges against him. A lot of evidence been coming out, a lot of discussions about stuff, but there's just a lot of stuff that we, the public, are not privy to. Who's involved, what's going on. And yeah, you know, he did an interview with Patrick Bet-Davis, which right now is garnering lots of views. People are talking about it, and with him being charged very soon, I think he posted on Twitter that they're expecting him at the police station tomorrow for the charges. With all intents and purposes, who knows? Maybe tomorrow they come around and the Romanian government's like, man, we just fucking around. We're not doing nothing. But it seems like everyone involved knows charges are coming. So what are your thoughts? I think initially were expecting him not to get charged at all.
I was like, God damn.
So it seems like, it seems like they must have, Alvin Preach must have posted this video because the charges are already here. They're already here. They're ready to go. So it's a done deal. It's now the judge has to take a look at it for the next 60 days before taking them to trial. It's over.
And initially, what I said was, if you're doing all this shit and you don't, you better charge him with doing all this circus. If you're doing all that, you better, because now you're gonna create a martyr. I said that. Remember when I said that?
Sure.
Okay. Then shit was driving, and I was like, man, they're not gonna charge this man. The reason why I said that is because in life, I don't really have a lot of hope for a lot of things. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
This guy always thinks the worst is going to happen.
Yes. Prepare for the worst. If you prepare for the worst, the best is going to happen. You're prepared for the worst. So if the worst happens, you're like, I prepared for that shit. But then if good shit happens, you're like, hey.
So wait, are you trying to say the best situation is one in which Andrew Tate is charged?
No.
It sounds like that's what you're saying. Are you one of them fucking Matrix bots who's happy?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You're
feminist. Anyways, all that
happy, huh?
No, I'm not happy.
I don't. That's the best situation.
No, what I'm saying is I always prepare for the worst. And if you do all that circus and you don't charge them, that's the worst that's gonna happen. Gotcha. Because then motherfuckers like invincible and stuff like that, and you cannot. And if there's other real charge and everything and stuff that happen, they're not gonna be able to charge them now. That's charge him if he actually did something. You understand? Of course, it don't look good, but there's so many cases that I've seen that they don't charge and they're not able to charge and stuff like that, and they drop this and they drop that. So man, I'm just like, man, I just go on the if something happens, I just straight up go to they're not gonna charge, and then life surprised me or not.
See, like, listen. I love y'all. Okay, y'all like to keep it a stack. I get it. Okay, but we knew, we knew this whole time. I said, listen, hey, if these chat messages are to believe or to be believed, all right. If any of these are to be believed, okay, what it's telling us is, yeah, bro, they have something. They have something that a lot of these guys are pretending not to see just yet. We saw this. And chat, some of y'all saw this in the chat too. All right. Some of y'all were on the fence, but some of y'all were with me. Y'all were like, yo, hey, Duke, I'm with you, bro. I see exactly what you're seeing. Now that you done explained it, I see exactly where you're coming from. These guys are going to get charged. It wasn't a matter of waiting or any bullshit like that. We knew the charges were coming. It was just a matter of when, because the self-snitching Andrew Tate did was just too damn much. And if Romania was taking this as serious as we knew they were going to take this seriously as, all right, they're going to investigate all of that, every single one. And the moment we knew they were going to admit some of his social media messages as evidence, I was already 180% confident he was going to get charged. 180%, because he talked too much. He talked way too much. And that's just the problem with a lot of these guys. If they're not bragging, I guess they're not successful. I don't get it. It's just so weird. But I'm not surprised. So y'all can play this game where it's like, we didn't know. And I get it, because everyone wants to walk that fine line. But when you know, you just know. It is what it is. There's nothing else.
I don't exactly know what he did. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought he was going to get charged. I never really doubted it. I think with these kinds of investigations, I think people expect charges to be instantaneous, but that's just not the way police investigations work, especially not ones on this governmental scale. Even look at the FBI. The FBI builds a case for 4 or 5 years before they charge someone. True. And when they charge you, best believe they bring the whole fucking roof down. That's why generally governmental charges from like big organizations like the FBI, things like that always stick, is because they've done a lot of investigating. They've pulled on every thread. And
DICOT is a big organization. So, of course, they're going to take their time before they hit you with a charge, because they want to make sure that the charge sticks when they go to court. It just shows me how a lot of you young men that were caping for this guy, it just shows me how unprepared for the real world Andrew Tate has made you. He's made y'all willfully unprepared for this world. So I don't know exactly what kind of masculine training he's been giving y'all, but y'all are not prepared.
Ends up happening generally with a lot of like criminal organizations, which is what they're alleging criminal Andrew Tate is part of, is that when they pull on one thread, all of a sudden they start finding different threads, and they find like, oh, organized crime, money laundering, tax evasion, whatever it might be. And so that's why, irrespective of how you feel about the investigation, when these things take a long time for charges to be laid, it's not because they don't have a case, which may be the case in this situation. Maybe they don't have a case. Who knows? Like, everyone who's speaking on it doesn't exactly know. But to say it's not credible because it's taken a long time, that's just not the case. That's why they always say here in the States specifically, is like they bring a RICO charge against you, it's already over, because they already got everything they need. They got snitches, they got wiretaps, they got bank transfers, they got phone records, right? They generally do the things the same way. Now, from what I've read up on, there was a Romanian newspaper that put out a news report saying like, there's very strong ties between the Tates and the mafia over there and different organized crime.
We covered that already. And I think that link is through the money laundering. That's how they're going to find that mafia link. It's through the money laundering.
and the lawyer who's actually prosecuting the case is the top lawyer when it comes to prosecuting organized crime. So do I believe that there's no case? No, I believe that there's some case. Do I believe that Tate is inherently going to be found guilty? Not necessarily. It's very possible that he gets off. And if he does, and the courts have found him to be not guilty, then it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, we have a system in place for a reason. It's supposed to work. And if it goes into it and then it finds him not guilty, then everybody got to just eat that and keep it pushing. You can't just sit there and be like, no, he's definitely 100%. I mean, actually, you can say whatever you want, technically speaking, but you just gotta let the system play itself out. Me personally, I'm not invested. I know some people think like motherfuckers sit at home thinking about Tate every day or whatever, but it's like, if he's found guilty, cool. If he's found not guilty, cool. I think everything should be decided on the merits of the case itself. Now, everyone wants to be an armchair lawyer and say he's 100% this or 100% that. All I know,
you don't know,
is from what I've seen from his Hustlers University, which now he wants no ties to, the videos of him talking about his course, teaching how to get girls to be on a webcamming business and how to steal their money and lie to them about how much they're getting paid so you can keep higher profits. He's definitely done some illegal stuff. Now, those aren't the things he's necessarily on trial for, but it shows me that in the past, he's done some criminal stuff. Sorry, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much you want to simp for the man, how much you hate OnlyFans women or whatever. Any employer who says you getting this cut and then they're taking off a percentage of this by lying to you about what the actual costs are, they're stealing your money. That has always been my biggest contention with this. The rest of it needs to be proven for me to have a real issue with. So that's where I stand on all this.
I'm just going to sit down and watch. I'm going to sit down and watch.
Fair. That's fair.
And if the lead attorney is going to be able to be there and break it down, I'm going to watch that. I mean, I'm not a lawyer.
They're not going to put cameras in a Romanian court. It's not America. Not everything is for TV everywhere.
That's not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all that to say, I'm just going to sit down and watch what's going on.
Yeah.
The worst thing, I know that in cases like that, the worst thing can happen is that if you deny things that is very provable that you did, you get a worse sentence than if you just say, hey, you know what? I did it. So if you keep on denying that shit, but that
and they're doing nothing but lying. They're just denying. Oh yeah, I never said that. Those aren't my words. It's just something you brought off the internet. I didn't write that. It's the BBC. Nah, bro. The more you lie, that's why I say, well, I don't know why you were dumb enough to do an interview with Patrick Bet-David. That was so dumb. That was like, you shouldn't have done that. But now you got a lot. You got a lot to work through, and your attorney has an uphill battle to fight. If it comes to find out it was the truth, and y'all actually did these things they're accusing you of, your sentence is going to be that much worse. This might actually be the end of Andrew Tate as we know it.
Yeah,
I would not admit to that.
I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch what's going on, see what's going on, whatever.
Yeah, we'll see what goes down. But yeah, that's what's going on with this case. It's been interesting watching him post indictment or post incarceration and all the above. I don't know if his influence is what it used to be, but it seems like it's still very relevant to some degree online. I can tell that this is going to be one of those court cases that are going to be really big. But I'm just saying, I don't necessarily believe in the Matrix, but Andrew Tate and Donald Trump getting charged at the same time is kind of wild.
Why is it wild?
It's the same timing. The two biggest names on the side of against cancel culture.
Well, with Trump thing, with Trump thing, there's a you can make the conspiracy possibility that the elections are right around the corner, right? 2024 is the next American presidential election, right? So you can see why something can conveniently be brought up against Trump right now. But realistically, with Andrew Tate, I don't think it matters because Andrew Tate doesn't even have anything to do with Trump. So yeah, it is a coincidence that they are getting charged at the same time, but. We saw the one thing they have in common is we saw them both we saw both them charges coming. Like between the both of them, we saw the charges coming. It is what the hell it is.
Charged at the same time. That's crazy. Same day. In two different continents, across two oceans. You don't see the way the system is working in synchronicity? No? Don't lie. That's kind of crazy. Two of the most influential men, right? Andrew Tate is one of the most Googled men on the planet. With his Bugattis, right? And you got Donald Trump. He trying to be the president to drain the swamp. And they trying to get his ass too. You don't think that's crazy they both get charged at the same time? You don't think there's any... I thought you believed in the worst. You don't think that's the worst?
No.
See? This guy's just a skeptic about everything. He don't believe nothing. He don't think anything's ever going to happen.
Just bring me proofs. Oh well, yeah. I'm so bad because I want people to bring me proofs. Whoa.
Yeah. He thinks it's all just chance. Andrew Tate, Donald Trump getting charged at exactly the same time across two continents. He thinks it's just a chance.
I'm just saying I don't know.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I personally don't believe it.
I don't have.
We seeing it right now in front of us.
I don't have the facts, so I don't know.
I don't know if these guys are guilty.
Yeah, 100%. It's because they trying to.
I think that these guys were trying to deprogram a lot of people, and now the New World Order is making an example out of them.
Abba's playing. That's what Abba's doing. He's playing right now. He's making fun of the Matrix. That's what he's doing. I'm like, what is he talking about? What? There's no. You can't prove the coincidence, dog. It's not existent. But easy speed. Okay, he's playing.
At the same time, to let anybody know who wants to come afterwards, we'll round up all you fucking naysayers. All you guys are against the machine, and then we'll grind you into the fucking gears and spit you back out faster than you can say, yeehaw. You don't see it. You don't see it. I'm just saying. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Y'all think this is a conspiracy? Do you guys think that all these people getting rounded up together is a random event, or do you think that the leader of young men, like these guys, okay, it's a coincidence that the feminists are coming for?
I don't think so. But I do believe that it's over. It's over. All right. So again, we gotta wait till the evidence comes out. We gotta see what's actually happening, what's said, what's what, who's saying what, right? But at the end of the day, we called this from the get-go. We said this was gonna happen. All right. So and it's happening right now. All that's left is it's a freaking conviction at this point, and then we'll know what the hell's going on. I don't think the Romanian court systems are gonna basically allow media into the courtrooms to let people like see what's going on live, like the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp bullshit. But realistically, I'm thinking that after this is done, we'll have one outcome: either the Tates are guilty of what they're being charged with, or they're innocent. All right, and either or, when shit happens, we gotta promote the either or. Right, if they're innocent, we gotta promote that. If they're guilty, we gotta promote that. Either or. All right, because this is what's been said. So guys, as we move in, because obviously our team has been right this entire time. We've never been wrong. We've always been right. So it's one of those things. I want to leave this part up to you guys. All right, you know how I like my 1s and 2s. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you think he's actually gonna get convicted. All right, of the charges that are being filed against him, or put a 2 in the chat if you're still one of those naysayers that say, you know what, Tate is still innocent no matter what. All right, put a 1 if he's gonna get charged. Let me see them 2s if he's innocent, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next break.